Trevor, and thank you TMS for inviting to speak. We have few insurance companies. Thank you for the lovely speak for the IG Club, and we do have the industry players around. What I'm going to speak is insurance a shock absorber? Which in my opinion it is, and I'm sure that everybody understands, right from the gentleman who arrived in electric car today morning, right to all of us who arrived today. Insurance is something which is really important, not only in our day-to-day lives, but very much in the industry as well. Over the past 30 years, disasters have affected more than 40 million people in the Middle East and North Africa region, and have cost their economics about $20 billion US. During the last 5 years alone, more than 120 disasters have cost an average of $1 billion per year in damages and losses. Insurance plays a major role in the industry, and also in the industry with regards to the normal beyond the shipping. And that's where all the points which have been identified, what are the increased risks that come up, the frequency of claims that an insurance company has to understand in order to come up with its policy wordings to ensure that how much risk it has to cover, what are the potentials of those risks, and that goes all the way up to the reinsurers as well. And that comes with regards to the risk assessment, which is presently looked upon by most of the insurance companies, the infrastructure disasters, the business interruption loss claims, which of course raised tremendously post, unfortunately, COVID, but considering the way how the climate change is happening, we are looking at a considerable amount of rise when it comes to business interruption losses, the liability issues, the rising sea levels, which was also spoken by a colleague from the IG Club. This requires a huge amount of innovation when it comes to the insurance policy, what is required, what is not required, how to cater the industry, and to what extent the industry needs to be. The UAE ranks among the world's most vulnerable countries to the potential impacts of climate change, which encompasses warmer weather reduction, participation droughts, higher sea levels, and increased storms. The UAE is actively participating in various coalitions, agreements, conventions, and initiatives with the goal of addressing the increased carbon dioxide emissions and broader issues related to the climate change. It is the first MENA nation to declare net zero by 2050 strategy. The initiative aims to underpin dynamic economic growth alongside positive environmental impact. We have in 2023, we all know that UAE updated its 2050 National Energy Strategy to include several new goals, including create 50,000 new green jobs by 2030, triple renewable energy capacity by 2030, raise the percentage of clean energy in the total energy mix to 30% by 2031, become carbon neutral by 2050. I hope I'm not boring people, because this is going to be a bit longer than my other speakers, because I thought they would be speaking longer as well, so I created a bit longer speech for myself. The industry sectors initiative in UAE. The transport in 2016, we have heard this morning with regards to the Etihad Rail. We have also heard this morning with regards to the Dubai's Maritime Transport Network that was approved to expand it by 188% with the aim of serving 22 million passengers by 2030 in the oil and gas segment. Also, we've heard again this morning ADNOC's aimed for a 25% emission intensity reduction by 2030 using measures like zero flaring, resource efficiencies, carbon capture, and advanced leak detection. In 2021, ADNOC pledged to procure 100% of grid power from clean resources. They are aligned with UAE's decarbonization efforts, focusing on low-carbon solutions, clean power investments, and CO2 absorption tech for the zero net goal by 2050. The Paris Agreement and COP28. Unfortunately, I didn't hear much this today with regards to the Paris Agreement, but something which is remarkable that UAE is the first Middle East nation to sign the Paris Agreement, which is a framework of global efforts to combat climate change. The Article 8 requires risk insurance facilities, climate risk pooling, and other insurance solutions. UAE hosts the COP28 in 23, showcasing leadership in global climate action, and insurance topic will be one of the most important topics of COP28. Insurance as a shock absorber. The roles of insurance sector in helping achieve the Sustainable Development Goals include being a shock absorber of the impacts of natural disasters. Insurance is expected to serve as a financial cushion that helps people and organizations to mitigate the financial shocks and hardships arising from unexpected events, enabling financial resilience, stability, and social protection. Here comes the issue with regards to the assessment of the risk. Environmental risk is a major threat, where we have 70% of losses that are uninsured. A survey result revealed that 43% of UAE insurance companies are already preparing for the climate risks. Majority of the insurance companies globally are now working on implementing early warming systems, which involve various indicators of rainfall, temperature change, plant growth data. Climate risk insurance policy are often index-based, triggered by the meteorological indicators of such system. The UAE government, with Global Green Growth Institute, is conducting a climate risk assessment and adaptation plan for, again, the insurance sector. The role of climate risk insurance. Adequate insurance mechanisms by providing quick financial compensation in the aftermath of large-scale disasters could enable those affected to recover faster. Insurance company could play a prominent role in assessing and communicating the climate risk through premiums. I don't think the insurance companies would really like, especially the last point, which says that the climate insurance derives awareness and encourages adaptive measures. Stakeholders like insurers can incentivize knowledge-based risk management for governments and offer lower premiums for small-scale adaptations by businesses and individuals. I really hope we get low premiums soon. The pools. The risk pooling and spreads climate risk across several pools. Now, who better than an IG club would definitely know about that, because that's exactly what the ship owners tend to do. But when it comes to the local market, it's imperative to cover the pooling agreement would be one of the ideal way to move forward, which makes it affordable, which has a capacity of building, facilitates knowledge sharing, data collection, and risk assessment, customized solutions, government partnerships where it encourages government involvement for comprehension, disaster preparedness, and response, and very obviously the innovation and research funds climate risk, promoting better understanding and mitigation of emerging risks. The key strategies for climate resilient insurance practices: merging risk into the diversified portfolio. By making climate risk more affordable for low-income countries, regional pools could result in a better climate adaptation throughout the entire Middle East. Integrate climate risk assessment into underwriting for better understanding for potential impacts on insured assets. Design sector-specific insurance products. Use advanced analytics, AI, for accurate climate risk assessment, improving underwriting and claim management. Partner with government for risk reduction, including coverage for climate mitigation infrastructure. And establish clear internal policies for assessing, managing, and reporting climate-related risks, demonstrating responsible risk management. The question that comes up is that would this ever lead to litigation? And whether this ever would come up as a climate litigation, which seems to be pretty popular in the western part of the world, especially in the UK. And there have been judgments in the past from the UK courts where the parent company in the UK have been held responsible for their subsidiaries not being able to perform in their respective jurisdictions. Typical liability coverage also covers the legal costs of defending and insured policyholders, which means that the policy may pay out irrespective of whether the policyholder is found liable. In addition to legal fees, typical coverage also includes settlement costs and certain financial losses arising from litigation. Hence, it is very important for an insurance company or an insurance product to understand, cater, and not only deal with the market, but to ensure that the commercial aspects have been taken care of with regards to the insurance that has been, which has been drawn up. Well, that's my presentation for today. Thank you.